Okay, let's try to make this sound like a natural conversation about a movie disappointment. It is a night in the apartment. Sound of TV playing softly in the background. Takeout containers rustling. Anna and Mark sitting on a couch surrounded by half-eaten Chinese food. Anna sighs dramatically. Anna says, Mark says, oh, you finally saw it? Yeah, I saw some reviews. I didn't sound amazing. Anna says, amazing is the opposite of what it is. It is just disappointing. Like, actively makes me a bit sad about movies in general. Mark says, whoa. Strong reaction. What was so bad? I thought Liu Weinel was supposed to be good at horror. Invisible Man was decent. Anna says, exactly. Invisible Man was great. That's why I had hope. And the cast, Christopher Abbott, Julia Garner, it should have been at least watchable, but it's just nothing. Predictable. Boring. Mark says, so, a dud then. Shame. I remember hearing something ages ago about a Wolfman remake with Ryan Gosling. Was that the same thing? Anna says, yes, that's the thing that makes it even worse. It started as something genuinely interesting with Gosling and then this. Mark says that Gosling was actually going to be the Wolfman. That's kind of cool. What happened? Anna said apparently back in 2020 he was totally on board, not just staring. But he actually pitched the writers this whole original story idea, like he came up with it. Mark says, seriously? Gosling pitching a werewolf movie? Then what was the idea? Anna says they're keeping details quiet, but apparently it was compared to Nightcrawler. Like imagine that vibe, but with a werewolf. Mark says, oh, okay, now you're talking. Nightcrawler with a werewolf. That is actually amazing, like a journalist, right? Chasing the story, maybe becoming the story. Anna says, exactly. A news reporter who either turns into a werewolf or is covering werewolf stories. They said it could even be about how crazy journalism is now. Chasing headlines, tell all books. How would people react to a real werewolf in the news? Mark says that's weirdly different from what we got. And you are right, very Nightcrawler. I mean, why? Imagine Gosling going full Jake Gyllenhaal unhinged werewolf reporter. Anna says, right? It could have been so cool and weird and dark. And get this, Derek Cianfrance was supposed to direct. But says Cianfrance, the place beyond the Pines, Blue Valentine Cianfrance, he worked with Gosling before. Anna says, yeah, think about Gosling in Blue Valentine or Place Beyond the Pines. All vulnerable and messed up. Perfect for a werewolf story, right? It's all about someone becoming a monster against their will. Mark says totally. And Cianfrance's style, the way he messes with time in his movies, that could have been amazing for showing the transformation man to wolf and back again. And I says, I know, linear narratives, jumping timelines, it could have been so interesting and different, but then everything fell apart. Mark says, scheduling conflicts, right? That's what I heard. And I says, yeah, Gosling went off to do the Fall Guy. San Fran started prepping some other movie, and then Wainel came back on board to direct. He was actually their first choice originally, but could not do it then. Mark says, so Wainel comes back, and then it becomes this movie. We got what happened to Gosling's weird Nightcrawler werewolf idea. And I said, gone. Wainel said he talked to Gosling, and his advice was like, no comedy, let's go hardcore horror. That's what people want. And Gosling apparently agreed. Mark says, wait, Gosling was thinking about comedy? Like a comedy werewolf movie. And I says, no, not full comedy, but apparently his original script had some comedic elements. Maybe that Nightcrawler unhinged thing leaned into dark humor, but Venel wanted to go serious, tragedy focused. Mark says, tragedy is definitely part of the werewolf myth, but you can do both, right? American Werewolf in London is funny and terrifying. Anna says, exactly, but Venel went full serious, and well, we saw the result. Remember when they showed the first werewolf design at Halloween Horror Nights? Online went nuts in a bad way. Mark says, oh god, yeah, that weird cow thing. It looked like nothing like a proper werewolf. Anna says, horrible. And the trailer didn't even show the transformation. There should be the money shot. Then you watch the movie and it's also predicted. The dead is the werewolf. Wife has to shoot him. Ian. Mark says, sounds like they just played it safe. Went for the most obvious story. No Nightcrawler reported werewolves here. Anna says no. And the worst part, the special effects artist who worked on the movie posted a sculpture on Instagram from when Gosling was still involved. Mark says, let me see. Anna pulls up her phone and shows Mark the image. Whoa, that is insane. That's a werewolf. Poor fangs. Actually scary. Anna says, right? That is what Gosling's werewolf man would have been. That was culture is actually one interesting and scary than the entire movie was regarded. It just underlines how much potential was lost. Mark says, man, that is disappointing. From a weird, dark, maybe funny Nightcrawler werewolf thing with Gosling and Stanford to just another boring monster movie. Such a missed opportunity. And I says, tell me about it. It takes a lot for a movie to really disappoint me, but promising setup with a terrible execution, that's a so surefire way to do it. Wolfman is just sad.